talking too much. Let me introduce the one and only Mr. Easy in the studio. Mr. Easy.
What's up?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. How you
I
doing?
feel good. I feel godly.
Oh, trust me. I told you I'll be bringing all the best people in DMB. Can you imagine? We have the one and only Mr. Easy in our studio. So Mr. Easy, please just tell us a little bit about yourself before we dive into the housing issue.
Well, my name is Easy. A lot of people call me the Easy Way.
Yeah.
And the reason why they call me the Easy Way, because I make it easy for you to buy a home. I guide you through the whole process from the beginning to the end. I'll show you the easy way.
Okay, so what is it that you really love about helping people do this journey? Because I see you every time, I see you everywhere, like hooking people up, telling them, talking to them. You are so passionate about this journey. Everybody can tell. So, like, what is the most interesting thing for you?
For me, the best thing from the beginning to the end, what I enjoy the most is the end, the joy.
Yeah.
You can't even imagine, like, the joy. Like, just on last week Friday,
Yep.
I helped this guy buy a house, and throughout the whole process, serious guy, like ex-military, like serious guy, he doesn't smile. But on the day of closing,
Oh my goodness.
I give him the easy way key.
Yeah.
He was just dancing.
Oh.
He was just dancing. Him and his wife were dancing.
Oh,
They
wow.
bought a home.
Oh, wow.
Priceless.
Yeah, I know.
Like, there's no amount of money that they could give me,
yeah.
for
That you
that.
trade for
Yeah,
that
for
job.
that, He's dancing. Hey, him and his wife, they were both dancing
All
together.
the frowning of face, everything
that
changed one time.
Yeah, it's like true joy. True joy.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm doing that. Like, I'm involved in that whole process. And for me to know I'm the one that made them feel this way.
Yeah.
A reward is, I can't even explain it in words how it feels.
Yeah.
And I do that hundreds of times
Oh,
a year.
yeah, I see that. I see that. I follow
So
you.
it's almost like an addiction. I'm chasing
Yes, you chasing
that.
And you never get tired.
Yeah, we're out here,
Mr.
man.
Easy never gets tired. He's outside winter, he's outside summer. Anything you can think of is always outside. So, can you just walk us through some tips for first-time home buyers, like what they need to do, the requirements they need to have? Because oftentimes people feel like getting a house is one very like outrageous and big thing. When you hear the price of and we're Africans.
Yeah,
I know you're open to all races, but I'm talking for the African community.
Yeah.
Most times we're trained back home that there are some certain things that you should not have because you cannot afford it. So for every time, I remember one time I wanted to get the property last year, and I sat down and then they told me the price of the property, and I held my phone and I did the calculation. I'm like, no. This is too much for me.
You not calculated the money in
Naira,
right?
I did it.
Yeah.
And I forgot I wasn't earning in Naira. I was earning in dollars.
Yeah.
But once I did the calculation, I was like, I think this is too much for me. And I kind of backed out of that deal. A mistake I still regret till today.
Yeah.
So just walk us through the step-by-step process of a first-time home buyer.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a mental thing. It's all a mental thing. When I meet people, the mistake they always make is they start searching for houses first.
Oh.
The big mistake most people I meet, they start going online, looking at houses first. And I tell them the most important thing, the first step, and the most important step is for you to get pre-approved, to know what your budget is. How much would the bank be willing to loan you? Because if you're looking at $1 million house and you're making maybe $20 an hour, it's just not going to happen. So the first step is to talk to a loan officer. The loan officer will check your credits. You need to have a minimum credit score of 620. 620 credit score. You need to be working consistently.
In the last how many years? Okay.
2 years. There are some people who, they travel back and forth, or their job might let them, they work in America for 6 months and they go to Nigeria for 6 months, or they're just not consistently working. The bank frowns at that.
Wow.
So you need to be working consistently for 2 years. And the third most important thing is they check to see how much you make every month, and they compare that to how much you spend every month.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you make 10K a month and you spend 9K,
it's a problem.
It's a problem. No bank is going to loan you any money.
Wow.
So all those three, those are the three main things, and you have to find out your pre-approval first. When you do all those things, the bank will now say, okay, based on what we see, we could loan you 300,000 hypothetically. So if they loan you 300,000, there's no point looking at $500,000.
Yes, that's true.
So at least now like, okay, 300. That is my budget right there. 300 exactly. So the mistake a lot of people do is they just start looking at homes, and they want they just call me. They want to go look at this house and stuff like that. So I try to educate them on the whole thing.
That's true. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No, go they do pass yourself. They said do the pre-approval first. Mm-hmm. Know what's because some of us we have high taste. I was seeing someone who said, "I want to live in Bethesda," and I told the person, "Did you check the prices of houses
numbers
in
are
Bethesda?"
different.
Bethesda is way more expensive than Bowie, so
way more.
He said way more. So those are the things. So aside down payment, what are other costs? Because most time people are just so focused on down payments. I remember one time last year, a friend of mine was buying his house, and after he had done the down payment, he incurred all the costs, and he was just running from pillar to post, trying to. So aside the down payment, what are the other costs?
Closing costs. So there's something called closing costs, and another thing I'll advise people to do is go to home buying seminars to have an idea, to learn. I host home buying seminars once a month. I'm not trying to plug myself in.
No, please plug yourself in because we're ready. When are you having the next home buying seminar?
October 25th, I'm having a home buying seminar.
Okay, I think I should be there as well.
Should be there, with the camera crew. But so what I tell people is if you're a first-time home buyer, 7% should be the budget, the number you have in mind. To save. Because what 7% is 3.5 as a first-time home buyer, your down payment is usually 3.5% of what the house is worth. Okay. So if the bank tells you that they can loan you 300,000, your down payment is like $11,500. That's just your down payment. Okay. But there's something called closing costs that you'll be responsible for. That's another 3.5, approximately. So that's 7% of 300K is approximately 21,000. But listen to the good thing. The closing cost, in some cases, I repeat, in some cases, your real estate agent might be able to negotiate with the seller to pay it for you. In some cases. Because if the seller has one person who's not asking him to help with closing costs, and he has another person who's asking him to help,
he's going to pick the person who's not asking.
Exactly.
Of course.
So, but you shouldn't bank on saying that, the seller will pay for it. Yeah. It's good to have the money in full so that if you see the house you love, the house you truly want, you can just close your eyes and just say, I'll pay my own closing costs myself. But it depends on the market. Your real estate agent might be able to help you negotiate. Like right now is a really good market because right now is what's called a buyer's market. And what that means for those of you who don't know out there is a buyer's market is when the buyers have the upper hand. Things are tough right now. Homes are sitting on the market for a long time. So I have a property, I've been trying to sell it for 3 months.
Wow.
So let's say a buyer comes to me and says, my guy, pay the closing costs for me. I'll advise my client to just pay the closing costs so we could get rid of this property. Yeah. So in some cases, it's not all the time, but you should always have you should factor in your down payment and closing costs. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. Meaning, if you're looking at a $1 million house, even though you're pre-approved for, you should be looking at 7%
of that
$1 million house.
It's a first-time home buyer.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question now is that oftentimes we hear about the government has this special program for grants and all that. Yeah. Is that available all the time, or does it depend on the area? What comes into play?
It's usually available from my professional experience. Like if you're a Maryland resident, there's a program called the MMP program. That's the Maryland Mortgage Program. Okay. And that's for Maryland residents. You have to apply. You have to qualify for it. But if you do qualify, you get $10,000 to $15,000.
Wow.
If you qualify, you have to qualify.
Is it for like lower income earners?
Everybody kind of. Well, if your income is so high, if you make like 2 million a year, like nobody's giving you, like you will qualify.
Does anybody make 2 million a year?
Yeah, people do, man. People are making money.
Of course, I
in
know.
America.
They are not yet in my circle. My circle, does any of you make 2 million a year?
Hey, you never know. But yeah, but I'm saying, so they have different programs, and that's Maryland. DC has their own program, HPAP program for DC residents and DC government employees. Virginia has, there are programs out
Is
there.
it for just residents, or do you have to be like a citizen for that to qualify?
For the MMP?
Yeah.
I think you also have to be. I'm not sure about the citizenship
Okay.
part, but
Okay.
Maryland residents definitely, My loan officer, I'll connect you to him.
Okay, that's fine. So how can buyers know if a particular neighborhood is a good fit for them? Is there like somewhere where they can do the assessment, or you help them do the assessment?
I ask them certain questions. When I meet people, I ask them certain questions. When I talk to them over the phone, where do you work? Are you trying to be close to your job? Are you in IT? Like for the IT guys,
You work remotely.
yeah, if you work remotely, like they have a huge advantage.
Yep.
So I've been working with a lot of IT people, yeah. And with them, they can live basically further away. So like the homes in the Waldorf, for those of you who live in Maryland, Waldorf, White Plains, they're a little bit further away from the city, but you get more for your money in those areas. So you might be able to get a house with swimming pool, long tennis court. I'm just exaggerating, but like you build a house like
I'll be ready in the next 2 months.
maybe not swimming pool, but like you'll be able to get a bigger house at a lower price, but it's kind of far. It's like White Plains is a hike, so a lot of people don't want to live in White Plains. But if you do IT and you work from home, you're focused from Monday to Friday. You're working, and like they'll live in White Plains, and on weekends they might rent a hotel and just hang out in the DM, in the city, then go back during the week. So it kind of works for those kind of people. They have better schools there. You get more for your money.
Really? In White Plains?
I mean, I don't want to specify any. I'm not supposed to say that.
Okay.
I'm not going to specify any particular place.
Okay.
But like certain areas that are further away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. So what's the biggest misconception about the housing market right now?
That it's impossible to buy. And the biggest misconception period I get from the I don't want to say what's the politically correct word to say. The African community is like you have to buy a house in cash, because back home everything's like cash.
Yeah, I think that's one mentality that is so stuck in our head.
The new one, like they always think, oh, you have to buy cash. So when I break it down to them, like, yo, like 20K, you can buy a house. 20K, just 20K. I'm like, yeah, you could, we could do something, yeah. So they think like they need 200K, 500K,
like a whole lot of
So that's a misconception, that I try and break down. That it's possible. Like the amount of money you're paying in rent. Like I know a guy is paying 3K5 in rent every month. That same exact 3K5 is mortgage. But it doesn't click. They think they need more than what they need.
Most time it's just the other expenses that comes, which brings me to my next question.
Mm-hmm.
How does someone know that they are financially ready to buy a house?
The loan officer will let you know.
Okay.
The loan officer will let you know because of those questions.
Yeah.
How much do you make every month? What are your expenses every month? Your debt to income ratio. So if your debt to income ratio is high, then like you're on the edge.
Yeah.
Like you can't, or you can afford a house, but maybe you might not be able to afford the house you want. Like that 5K a month house, you shouldn't look at 5K a month.
Yeah.
You should try and look at 3K a month because your numbers are like, around that area.
For rent, right?
So your loan officer will kind of, the bank is not going to take that risk on you if you can't handle it.
Okay, I know you mentioned one special program, but apart from what you mentioned, are there any other special program for first-time home buyers?
There's several. It depends on what state you live in.
Okay.
So then sometimes they have first-time home buyers they have special programs for nurses, physicians. They have.
Do they have special program for IT people?
I think they do. I think they do. Like sometimes because different lenders call me, they'll be like, yeah, we have a special we're doing for IT people. Or there's something for nurses.
If you do, because a lot of us are comfortably sitting on this table.
And firefighters and police officers, they have a program where I think not zero down. they make it easy. They price the houses more affordable for you for a particular neighborhood because they might be trying to gentrify that particular neighborhood. So they have different kind of
When
things.
you say gentrify, what do you mean for those people who don't understand?
So it might be a neighborhood that is considered a bad neighborhood.
Okay.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get more working professionals to move to that area.
I see.
So they're trying to get more nurses, firefighters, police officers to move to that area.
When you see the police car, you behave yourself.
Yeah, like that. So they have like programs where they would maybe no down payment or just make it more affordable.
So oftentimes for first-time home buyers, they make a whole lot of mistakes. What are the most common mistakes that first-time home buyers make, and how can they avoid them?
One of the mistakes is not taking advantage of the programs that are out there for them. And another huge mistake they make is they hire, I'm not hating, but they hire their cousin, or they just think a real estate agent is anybody who has a real estate license is a real estate agent. But they're agents and they're agents. The agents who do this part-time, it's a side hustle.
Side hustle.
Yeah, they're not as committed to it.
And they're not knowledgeable enough.
Exactly, the word, yeah. They're just not knowledgeable and they're not committed to it. So they might just go pick some random guy who just says the agent. And they might not do their research. Like going to a home buying seminar only takes about 2 hours of your time. It's free most of the time. So just going there, listening to what the agent has to say, listen to what the lender has to say, and also listen to the questions everybody around is asking. That information just gives you an edge. So, just don't go buy a house with the first person you see. Just do a little bit of research. It doesn't cost that much. The seminar is free. All you're doing is just educating yourself. And actually, following me on social media.
Yeah, please follow him.
Simple.
Because trust me, I'm marking my calendar. He said October 25th. I'm definitely going to be there.
And I do, I give gems. Like I do short videos where I talk about different things. Like, hey, you need to do this. You need to, things like that.
Wow, that's so nice. Trust me, I'm definitely going to be there on your next... your next seminar coming. I'm definitely gonna be there. So what red flags should buyers look out for? Let's say when a realtor is showing them a house or inspection, because oftentimes when they see some mistakes, I see some realtors sweeping it under the carpet. Oh no, that's not a big deal. Oh no, this is not a big deal. At the end of the day, they get into the house, they don't have peace. So what are the real top tier red flags?
I think you should get an inspector.
Don't try doing it yourself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, the bank won't even let you. Even if you wanted to do that, they won't let you. Because, the bank is loaning you the money. So get an inspector, listen to what they have to say, and focus on certain things like HVACs, AC and heating systems. Wow. If there's something wrong with that costs a lot of money. The roof, that costs a lot of money if there's anything wrong with it. Read that part of the inspection report. And your inspector usually will tell you and say, sometimes they kind of hype things up a little bit, but they usually will say, like, this needs to be replaced urgently. And, so, yeah.
Okay. So, we are going to some very rapid fire round questions now.
Yeah.
So, let's go. Buy now or wait?
Oh, just, you want me to answer?
Yes, no. Right up.
Buy now.
Yeah, so why do you think they should buy now?
If you're renting, it makes sense to buy immediately.
Okay, so so another question. If someone is paying a rentage in Maryland area, the Highsville area, anywhere between 2,700 or 2,500 to 3,800, do you think that's a good time? That kind of, and the person is comfortably and consistently paying it.
Mm-hmm.
If that person has the down payment and everything, you think that's a good...
immediately, yeah.
Okay.
Immediately, yeah.
Okay, sounds great. So, condo or single family house?
Single family.
Okay. Why did you say single family?
Or the value of a single family home increases more over time.